Hello everyone and welcome now to game 3 between Killer and Symbol here on Antigua Shipyard. It is going to be a Zerg versus Zerg matchup, and because I believe this is the tournament edition of Antigua Shipyard, it is going to be forced cross spawns. Now down over here we have Symbol spawning as the red Zerg player. Meanwhile on the top left hand side of the map we have Killer spawning as the blue Zerg. Zerg versus Zerg once more. We are all evened up in this series, one game apiece in this best of 3, and the strategies have so far been pretty different from game 1 to game 2. Game 1 on Daybreak showed a very fast pool in order to try to lay down some early pressure. That did not work though, but Killer now looking to do that same build once more. He did go for a 9 pool. And with this 9 pool, he should have Zerglings down very quickly. Will it work out? That is going to be the question. The map does feel a little bit larger, but because you know where your opponent has spawned, you also have the added disadvantage of Overlords being in position. Now, will Symbol be going for that earlier hatchery, or will he be going for that earlier spawning pool? That is going to be the key question here. And if he goes for an early hatchery, that may be the death of him. And it looks like he's going to be going for that spawning pool once more. And he should be able to fend off the attack like he did in game 1. It will really come down to micro and strategy and follow-up. So far, let's see what Killer's doing. Killer is going to be behind overall in Harvesters, currently down by 4. As we already see 6 Zerglings being trained. Meanwhile, the spawning pool on the other side of the map is going to be completed just now. 8 Zerglings now being trained. Zerglings going to be filing down once more. And the hatchery down here of Symbol has been placed down. Now, Symbol did not cancel this hatchery in game 1. Instead, he used it to buy himself time, as he knew that his opponent would be really interested in trying to take that down. Down over here, the spawning pool has been completed. 6 Zerglings are being trained himself. Symbol needs to get that queen. Gonna be going into the double extractor trick, training the queen, and then canceling those just to get into 20/18 supply. Very useful trick if you need to train that queen, as the Zerglings looking to get some damage here. The Zerglings attempting to take down this set of destructible rocks, or sorry, and this hatchery here, as the Zerglings are going to try to engage, and who has the better surround here, as the Zerglings of Killer actually coming out slightly ahead. More reinforcements coming in, and now it is 4 Zerglings to 1. This is huge, as now Symbol is going to perhaps be losing this hatchery, but 1 Zergling on the ramp. There is going to be a queen. More Zerglings need to be trained, as the Zerglings are now trying to back away a little bit. And oh, what was this? A little bit of a weird positioning here, as that 1 Zergling could have actually gotten some damage off. So far that dart coming in from that queen, getting off some easy shots there, and we'll see what's going to be happening as the queen now throwing darts off at those units. And the Zerglings are being forced to retreat. It looks as though Symbol does have a slight supply advantage. And we are seeing that 17 drones compared to 16. We are going into a hatchery here and here once more. And once again, all Killer has to show is that he has a very low hit point hatchery inside his opponent's base. Now, Zergling is going to be backing off once more. Symbol, what he did in game 1 was that after a good amount of drones, he then just transitioned straight into 2-3 rounds of Zerglings, and those Zerglings were simply able to flood into his opponent's base. Killer this time around should be going for defensive banelings if he learned anything from game 1, as defensive banelings are going to be very important to hold off any sort of attack or any launching of any attack yourself. The Overlords are in position here. This Overlord perhaps wants to get a little bit closer and actually gain sight of what's being trained, as we now see Killer transitioning into 12 more Zerglings of his own. And Killer now going very heavy into Zerglings, as we see the Harvester advantage 30-19. Symbol though setting up a Baneling's Nest, getting up a Spine Crawler, and it looks like Symbol was doing pretty much what I had thought Killer would be doing at this point, getting up a little bit more defensive structures, getting up a Spine Crawler, and hopefully utilizing defensive Banelings to handle any large Zergling attack. Alright, are the colors messed Is this the Baneling's Nest? Yeah, that's the Baneling's Nest. For some reason, I thought that was an evolution chamber for a moment. Evolution chamber now coming back down over here. Speaking of evolution chambers, to make sure that this spine crawler here is going to be able to deal some serious damage. Extractors are in play, so with this I would say that Symbol is going to be transitioning into heavy Mutalisk play after these defensive Banelings, but in comes the Zerglings already. A sea of Zerglings with that metabolic boost just now kicking in. We should see some Banelings now being added. No, some evolution chamber. What is this? The evolution chambers. This needs to get canceled. Not quite sure what's going on here. Are the Zerglings going to be able to make their way in? Yes, going to make their way in and then build up another evolution chamber here as Banelings are trying to be added. This is going to be huge. The units are unable to make their way in, and are they going to be able to attack anything is the key question. Banelings here, and Symbol with a beautiful defense is going to have a very easy time, and Killer says GG, realizing that Symbol has walled off and is not going to be taking any of that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this very quick best of 3 series between Symbol and Killer. I did use some new encoding methods. I'm trying to see if the problem is hardware or software, and I believe the problem is going to be software, since it really feels like my previous encoding method all of a sudden went downhill. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you guys think of the audio game sounds, if my voice does sound a little bit better or a little bit worse. But then again, I think I was cutting a little bit too many corners to try to get these videos out faster. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.